To your left and my right, we also have, I don't know exactly what is it you do.
That is an excellent description of not knowing if I am to the left or the right, because I am Slavoj Zizek, of course.
Yes, you are Slavoj Zizek.
Yes, that is to say that essentially that early in my development as an intellectual, I was a communist, and then I was a fervent anti-communist, and now again I become a communist, but in the postmodern sense, the anarchic elements to it. So I have swung wildly from right to left, and this is almost an essential absurdity that you introduced me with. I thank you for this castration.
Oh, very good. But what would you say your occupation is? I think
I am a philosopher. I am unknown throughout the world, famously not famous. I am. I study the inherent absurdities and confabulations of the modern crisis of capitalism.
I see.
And I think that the crisis has reached the stage of almost unintelligible psychosis that is important for us to discuss. And this urgent crisis here at a discussion around table such as a comedy bang bang.
I see. I don't quite know what you're getting at.
That is
David,
essential to my analysis, is that unintelligibility is almost essential to our evolution as a species.
So your whole thing is that we don't understand anything you're saying.
Indeed. Not only it is unfortunate, and at the same time one of my goals.
Okay, well, that would be fun for a long, extended period of time.
And also the irony is that I would be a terrible guest, and yet still holding court in public as if my voice should be heard somehow.
Can I ask a...
Yeah, but hey, David, you know what? You don't even have to ask anymore. You can just ask questions.
So I don't know if you're aware, but there was Noam Chomsky recently derided you and had some pretty harsh things to say about you.
Yes, that I was a circus clown.
I think you're paraphrasing.
Aside, so I
said you're
a dilettante,
intellectually bereft of ideas.
He likened me like Nietzsche to the madman under the lamp pole, screaming into the streets, madness. And this is, I think, I disagree with him in the personal sense, and yet agree with him. This is something that I helped him write. Okay. This attack on my person.
Well, you helped him.
You physically helped him.
I gave him notes, and I said, "There's more things about me that you are not attacking." And to help him punch up, because to the idea that I would be important as a spokesman for something so absurd and revolting as my own ideas is impossible to wrap the mind into.
I see. All right. Well, I almost hate to do it, but I want to turn to Corny Grandpa over here. What is your deal? Because we found out what Zizek's deal is.
Slavoj Zizek.
Yeah, I'm sorry to call it. I'm doing Jeopardy rules, just calling you by your last name, so sorry. But Corny Grandpa, what brings you to the show?
I'm sort of dialed into the youngsters and what they're into, and I just want to share some of the things that they're putting out there on the internet.
Oh, okay. You're here to talk about what
memes? You know what a meme is?
Yeah, I think we all know what memes are. David, do you know what a meme is? You're a 50-year-old gentleman.
It's a thing that's on the internet that people, right?
Yeah, it's a thing that's on the internet.
Yeah. A meme is almost like what we would call a stag party joke back in the day. Okay. Something that gets passed around and virally becomes something.
Like about Jews?
Jews sometimes, yeah. Okay. Kennedy jokes, stuff like that.
A meme can be horrific, as in the anti-Semitic, and it also a meme can be something life-affirming, like a cat falling off a piano, or Francois Hollande drowning in a bucket of his own saliva.
Okay, I think that perfectly describes them then. I know what a meme is after I hear that
do you know what bae means? When the kids say
the word
bae.
B-A-E.
Yeah.
Yes, well, I think I do. At least I cannot presume to be inside the mind of children, but I think that it means
they're so busy, they don't have time to say baby anymore to their girlfriend, so they call it bae. But it also means before anyone else.
Before anyone else. Oh, I did not know that. So they hold them
before anyone else. They're so important.
What are they so busy with that they can't?
Well, the handheld devices, the games they're playing.
Homework.
Social media.
I would imagine distractions of late capitalism.
Multitasking.
I would also imagine like walking to school takes up a little bit of time. Walking back from school takes up, some time.
That takes a fair amount of time.
Eating probably an hour each meal, wouldn't you say?
Sure.
So there's a lot that can fill a day.
I have to disagree passionately with what you say, corny old grandpa. I think that there is not nearly enough
He never
time.
said old, by
I'm
the
not
way.
old.
That's not part of his name.
That's pejorative.
That I would stand by this attack on your age. That your ideas are jejune, that is past tense, that they come from a place where time itself is something to be spent. Whereas I think that it is more realistic to look at time as something that is given to us or not even existing in the first place.
I see. So he disagrees with what you're saying. And do you respond to that at all, Corny Grandpa?
I was just going to go to my list of things to talk
Okay,
about.
yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. But
Do you know what a ratchet is?
Yes, it is a tool under capitalism to keep the masses working on the assembly lines.
So you think it's an incentive for the masses to keep working by giving them this nice tool
I think
that helps?
I do not think it's an incentive. I think you should not put words in my mouth before
It's like,
the
hey,
mouth has
you
been
know
cleared
what?
of the saliva.
You're going to enjoy these 8 hours because we're giving you this tool, this ratchet that's going to help you.
I
in
think
these-
the tool is the mechanism by which the workers maintain the system of infallibility of capitalism.
Okay.
Well,
Now,
it's-
do you think that
it's actually
derailed what
slang.
you were about to say?
Not at all.
At all?
It's
No?
slang.
Okay.
It's slang for.
If anything, a ratchet would help to repair the rails after there has been a derailment. That this ratchet or any other tools could help.
Okay,
to
very
fix.
good. I'm liking this. Okay, so you
Speaking
say
of
one thing and
derailment.
then you say one thing. I'm enjoying this.
Sure.
So.
It's slang for a dirty hoe. That's what the kids call a dirty hoe, a ratchet.
Okay.
And I
Now,
learned
I've
that
heard-
crossing the kids across the street.
I've heard things described as ratchet, though. You know what I mean? Like
Skeezy.
that.
I think they mean
that
skeezy.
girl is ratchet, or
Yes.
this neighborhood is ratchet. I
Yes.
once was walking in New York, and a couple of girls in front of me said, "New York is so ratchet." You know, how do you defend that? Then
I would say down and dirty is a looser usage of that term.
And hoe itself is a slang.
Slang, yeah. It's a built
Okay.
slang upon a slang.
yeah. Hoe.
I had a
hoe
joke.
is
Corny Grandpa has a joke for this
okay.
man. What is Slav? What is it?
Slavoj Zizek. It is spelled
Slavoj
Slavoj Zizek.
Is that Armenian?
It is Czech and Slovakian, but
right.
neither, because I am not a citizen of
This
this
is one of Corny
fictional
Grandpa's
country.
favorites. Pete and repeat on a boat.
My name is full of punctuation marks that weighs down the letters, so that are harder to read
And
visually. Lift, yes. It is a heavy name.
Pete falls off. Who's left?
wait, who's on this?
I know this joke because this is elemental to in the Soviet system. There was Czechoslovakia, where I am from, and there's also the Armenia on the other side.
Back
And
up.
It
Who's
is
on-
Pete, Petey, and repeat.
Pete and repeat are on a boat.
Okay.
Pete falls off. Who's left?
This is the element where we decide to choose the punchline of the joke, or
To veer off script.
to veer off script and say that the joke itself is offensive to the system.
I think the joke is offensive, so
That is where you're wrong. We must stick with the punchline on this one.
Oh,
The
okay,
punchline
so-
is repeat.
Pete and repeat are on a boat. Pete falls off, and who is left?
It is just repeat or something like this.
Pete and repeat are on a boat. Pete falls off, and who is
And
left?
then you'll repeat this.
several
Pete and
times.
repeat
yes.
are on a boat.
Okay,
Pete
I'm
falls off, and
understanding
who's
this.
left?
And
So
it is
this
infinitely interesting.
Yes.
This is what socialism is about.
and this is what the kids are using.
I learned that from the kids. Yeah, I taught them one.
Oh
Actually.
wait, so you learned
I
it from
taught
the
that.
kids because you taught
No,
it to them?
I learned the slang, but I trade them for corny jokes.
Okay.
Like here's one more.
Is this an equitable trade? I'm not really sure.
TWF, no GF. Do you know what that one is?
I would say something
Often-
no girlfriend. So with
Often accompanied with a photo of a sad image.
okay, a sad image of what?
A man with a frown, or
The global financial
What about a
crisis
woman
of
with a
2000.
frown?
a woman with a frown would work.
Okay, a woman with a smile.
No,
Okay, so the sex of the person doesn't matter as long as they're frowning.
sadness.
Okay, sadness. I don't know. David, do you have any guesses?
David took off. This is Chicago guy.
Oh
I
boy,
wanna
three of my
join in
favorite
the-
guys are here.
Join in the fun.
I love it. Three guys that I could not be more psyched about spending time with.
It's I'm a very well researched character.
Okay, so now do you have any insight as to
Hey,
what
I
this
want to
might
get
be?
deep dish pizza.
Okay, so he thinks it's about deep dish pizza. Slavo, do you have any opinions on what this could be?
For the TWF, no GF.
TWF.
I think what it stands for is time-worn fascism without the global fascism.
That's a great guess. I'm going to guess temptation with friends, no girlfriend. Is that no? Okay.
David's
David's back.
Tonight It's TWF.
No GF.
No
GF.
GF.
Do you know? Are you sure it's It's not just NOGF.
It's no. The word no.
It's the word no, but everything else has been letters, so you can't.
Tonight
win.
we fish.
They mix acronyms and words. Tonight we fish.
Tonight we fish.
No gluten free. Something about gluten free.
That is
No guppy. No guppies, fools.
Ah, okay. Tonight we fish. No guppies, fools. Who's closest?
Neither.
None of us are even close. One of us must have gotten one word.
This what feels no girlfriend. So when you're feeling sad, you meme it out.
So this what feels.
No.
Oh, I see. So this is what it feels like when you have no girlfriend. Okay.
This feeling is personal to me. I'm familiar with it because I have undergone castration twice.
What?
Yes. First
time didn't take?
First is the chemical castration for political purposes, for solidarity with the deaths throughout the world.
Okay.
And then secondly, a symbolic, physical, surgical castration as an art project.
Which one did you enjoy more?
Neither. They were both painful and destructive.
The second one was painful?
Yes, but this enjoyment should not be a part of what is just in physical, political spheres.
Interesting.
So no, in other words, no GF for Zizek.
Oh, and then sad emoticon.
Okay, very good.
I have looked into adding emoticons before and after my name, if I can fit the diacritical marks.
What emoticons would you use if you to weigh down your...
Umlaut with the end parentheses.
Oh, okay, so a smiley face, or is that a... Yeah,
wink?
that's
Is that a
a
wink?
smiley face.
Is that a wink?
It is a well-fed face.
Okay, right. Because an umlaut, it would be the eyes on the... okay, interesting. Okay.
It is a sideways, it is a broken face.
Okay, very good.
Of our time. It's an Edbuster's face.
Do you use a lot of emoticons, David?
I subscribe to a service and I get 400.
You get 400 free, and then after that you have to pay for them?
I get 400 that I pay for, and then after that I have to pay double.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah. That's not a good deal.
Unless you really love emoticons.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a pretty
As
good
you
deal.
do.
So I get all kinds of stuff, and I get them. I tend to get them before most of the normies.
Oh, wait a minute! You just sent me one here. Let me check my phone.
It is through methods like this that capitalism makes itself feel inevitable, even in grammatical senses.
So you sent me an emoticon, which is an italicized A, and then a semicolon. And what is that?
That's it's equivalent to me shrugging, but in my hands, I'm a person shrugging, and then in the hands of the person shrugging are two more emoticons. On the left is a person shrugging, and there's two more emoticons in them and their hands, and then on the right it's an angel leaning in and kind of kicking to the side a devil, and the devil is also shrugging, has two more emoticons there.
Wow. And this one is not released to the public yet.
No, and that one costs $907.
Wow.
Every time you use it. Yeah.
So wait, you've bought 400 of these at $907 a piece?
No, I bought 400 emoticons. This is one of them.
Oh, so they're not all the same price? They're all variable pricing, so this one costs a lot more?
No, they're anywhere from $5 to $5,000.
Wait, some of them are, the cheapest are $5.
I could recommend this to improve the game show Wheel of Fortune. If indeed, in the top of buying the vowels, you could buy this emoticons.
Yeah, for $5. Sure. Yeah, amazing.
Never-ending game show.
Okay, I like it. You must be done with your list of...
Well,
or do you actually have more?
Knock, knock.
Okay. Knock. Now,
it is probably the gendarmes who have come to enforce the socialism under Gorbachev.
Or you can say who's there. That's what the kids do.
What I'm wanted to say is who's there, which I refuse to say except in quotation marks for you. Who's there?
Dwayne.
Who and even unto inside of our souls we are asking, who is this Dwayne?
Dwayne the tub, I'm drowning.
Dwayne the tub is drowning. Indeed, a metaphor for the experience in Eastern Europe as the walls collapse and Prague itself is ripped apart physically that we live through.
I love the combination of you guys. I mean, I would pay to see this on vaudeville or something.
We should do a college seminar together.
I have
speaking.
I could hire you as a TA, teaching assistant. It's it's University of Bratislava, where I am unpaid professor.
Now, Corny Grandpa, that's not what the kids are saying. That's one of the jokes that you gave back to them.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah.
You bartered this. This is an example of stepping outside of the capitalism agreement. The postmodern society has agreed that everything has a price tag. You have transcended this and give them joke for the joke in return. And this way, it is communal, like communism.
Fantastic.
It feels like we're on the opposite side of an issue, but we're really not.
We agree. I agree.
You guys are shaking hand and nodding at each other this entire time.
It is not a debate.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
I'm sweating and I look. So it helps me at the expense of them?
Yes, at the expense of humanity.